Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to Too Much Tech. In today's video, we're going to be doing a couple things because I have quite a few things on the agenda. Figured I might as well knock out a few birds with one stone. So first, we're going to talk about this Tonor mic. This is the TC-777. This is just a budget condenser mic that is about 40 bucks on Amazon. So today, I got a couple mics going. I've got this, I got my AT2020 USB Plus, and then we're also going to be comparing it to the on-camera audio on my Sony a7S II, just so you guys can hear like an upgrade of like what it would sound like if you were to switch between your base on-camera audio, if you're using a camera in your gaming setup and you want to record, or maybe you're not even gaming, maybe you're just need a microphone for something. Just to give you guys a few things to compare it to at different price points and just different kinds of cameras as well, so you can see if this $40 upgrade will be worth it or not for you. Tonor did send this out to me for review, so huge shout out to them. I'm just gonna record the other video that I plan doing, which is gonna be talking about the new RTX graphics cards, which one I plan to buy, which AIB partners I think look the best, and then some potential things that could happen in the future. So that's the other part of this video that we're going to talk about. But later on in the video, we will revisit the Tonor mic, and I will give you my opinions after I'm editing. I listen to all three of them back in terms of three different audio sources I'm recording from, and then I will give you my opinion a little bit later on. And you guys, of course, during the video can discern, which microphone you like the best anyways. So first up, we got the new RTX cards. I'm not gonna read you guys the spec sheets. If you wanna do that, go look on NVIDIA site or something like that. But at the different price points at $500, $700, and $1,500. Is it $700? $799, I can't remember, let me see. RTX 3080, let's see. 3080 price. I don't even know how much it is, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna buy it. $690, oh, I was right, it's only $700, wow. RTX 3070 is $500. RTX 3080 is $700, and then the RTX 3090 BF GPU, you guys probably missed that during NVIDIA's presentation. That one is $1,500. So honestly speaking, because the 3090 is going to be really big, I don't think I'm going to consider that one at all. One, because it's double the price, and this seems like it may be the 1 year where we get, a 50-ish performance, a 50-ish% performance increase, I should say, over like the 3080. But it's probably gonna really depend on your resolution if it's gonna be worth it or not. Like if you're just gaming at 1080p, it's probably not even worth it to consider the 3090 at all. I would only consider that card if I'm gonna be doing 4K high refresh rate gaming, or like you want to play on a really nice 1440p 240 hertz monitor over 240 hertz. Now, just to make sure you got that extra headroom, that you're always going to be, your lowest potential frame rate could be around 240 hertz. That's the only situation where I think the 3090 really makes much sense. Or let's just say that you like to play a lot of AAA games and you are using 240 hertz 1440p monitor. I think the 3090 will probably be the only card that we'll have in recent years that can play AAA games at 1440p or higher, maybe not higher, but 1440p for sure, around 200-ish, maybe a little bit more FPS, which is nuts because usually AAA games, even at 1080p, they cap out around 180 FPS, even if you got the best GPU at medium to higher settings, which is kind of disappointing because you get this really nice game, you're only playing at 180 FPS and you got a nicer monitor. You want to take advantage of the rest of it, even though it's not necessarily going to grant you a competitive advantage. It would just be nice. But anyways, the 3080, $1,500 for what it is, even though we haven't seen performance numbers yet, we're just believing the hype. I think it's actually not a terrible value. Now, personally, the card that I'm gonna go with is gonna be the 3080, and the ones that I've been looking at the MSI one quite a bit, and as a backup, if both MSI units are sold out, I'll probably go for the Asus. But the EVGA one, I was thinking originally I was gonna get an EVGA, 2-slot card or whatever, but I don't really see a lot of 2-slot cards for the 3080, so that kind of sucks. But hopefully, whatever small form factor case I get next year when I do a small form factor build, I'm gonna have to make sure that it's able to accommodate a 2.5-slot card, which I think probably won't be that big of a deal. The GPU will probably be mounted vertically anyway, so I think I'll be fine, but we'll see, who knows. But anyways, I plan on getting the 3080 because it seems like that one is gonna be the best bang for your buck performance wise for 1440p and potentially even 4K gaming. So if you guys have seen the gameplay of, I think it's Doom Eternal or something like that, on the 2080 compared to the 3080. It was like a massive performance increase. I'll throw some of the gameplay up right now, but dude, there was so much more FPS. It was so much more consistent at 4K. I think that even if we drop the resolution a little bit down to 1440p, which is what I plan to main playing on, I think the FPS is going to be through the roof, and I'm going to be able to play at 1440p over 200 FPS in a lot of games. That's the goal I have for the car anyways, and I hope that it lives up to that, and it seems like it does from, you know, the stats and all the charts and all that good stuff. And honestly speaking, at just $200 more of a base price over the 3070, I think the performance increase is probably well worth it too. And even though they say the 3070 is gonna have better performance than the 2080 Ti for 500 bucks, if for $200 more you can get, let's just say, 20 or 30-ish% more performance over a 2080 Ti, I think that's really worth it too. Alright guys, so I just got done editing most of the video that I just recorded, obviously talking about the new Tonor mic as well as the RTX 30 series coming out very soon, and I just have a few things that I want to say about the Tonor mic before we move on with the rest of the video. So I'm actually really impressed with the sound quality coming from this thing. One thing that I will say is that you do have to have the mic moderately close to you, like probably within 6 or 8 inches of where you're going to be sitting to get the most ideal sound out of the microphone. But honestly, that's the same issue that I have with the AT2020 USB Plus, and that one is about 3 times more expensive than this one. Honestly, it could be even up to 4 times more expensive because recently it just hasn't been in stock, and if I have seen it in stock, it's been kind of overpriced. And honestly speaking, the performance is very similar between the two. Of course, you know, the AT2020 USB is going to sound a little bit better, but it's not something that you can't fix with a little bit of post-production. So on this clip right here, I am going to edit it a little bit in post, do a little bit of noise removal and all that stuff so you guys can hear ideally how the Tonor mic sounds. But during the rest of the video, none of that audio is edited. All I did was boost the gain a little bit, and that's it. I didn't do any noise reduction, anything else additional. That's pretty much it. Inside the box, I'll spare you the details. There's just the microphone. Unfortunately, the cable is not detachable, so you can't swap out the cable in case this one ever breaks, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. But if you want to put this mic on a boom arm, you will have to get another shock mount for this mic anyways. But included in the box, there's a ton of value because you do get this nice mic stand for your desk, a shock mount to reduce, you know, all of the sounds and everything that comes from the vibrations in your desk, and you also get a pop filter as well as a windscreen for the microphone. And for 40 bucks, honestly, you can't really beat it. It's a pretty good deal. Huge shout out to Tonor once again for sending out this mic for review. I hope you guys had a pretty good listen to the 3 microphones that we've been switching between and are able to come to a decision. So if you're interested in this Tonor mic, it will be linked in the description below. And I think it's about $42 right now on Amazon. I checked today, and that is a really good price. Trying to get a hold of these cards at the end of the year is going to be a struggle. Trying to get a hold of these cards in the beginning is going to be the struggle. And I see right now, you know, everybody is like flash selling their GPUs and stuff like that. I almost want to say that's a mistake, but I don't know if this is going to permanently fix the price of the 20 series GPUs on the secondhand market anyways, because what I think is going to happen is the 30 series cards are going to come out, they're going to sell out within a few hours. Everybody's going to get them and they're going to review them. They're going to say, you know, it's X amount faster than the previous gen. Previous gen, if you find it for X amount of dollars, it's still a good deal. That's what I'm thinking is one scenario that could happen. Or for the rest of the year, since the 30 series cards are going to be in such short volume, I think that the 20 series cards are going to go up just a little bit in volume, and they're not going to be selling for giving it away for free as prices as they are right now. Because I've been seeing like some 2080 Ti's and stuff on eBay selling for like $500-600, which for, you know, obviously the sticker of what the 2080 Ti was, that's like half the price, which is obviously not good. But I think that they'll probably go up just a little bit to, you know, maybe average car selling, you know, $700-800 after the 30 series cards are sold out and don't look like they'll be in stock in large quantities for a while. Because I think it's going to be based more so on supply and demand, but I could be wrong. That's just speculation at this point. We'll find out in like a month or a month and a half when the holiday season comes up. Now, honestly, I think the more interesting conversation is now that NVIDIA has these large price gaps between, you know, the 3070, maybe not a large price gap between the 3070 and 3080, but between the 3080 and the 3090, there's a massive price gap right there. I think that we could potentially see some different versions of the 3080 and maybe even the 3072 with more memory. I don't know if they will call it a TI or a Super or whatever, but we kind of already expect that. Now I think that instead of the 3080 Super replacing the 3080, I think it's going to be an addition, and it's going to be the TI replacement, and they'll probably come out with a 3080 Super sometime at the end of next year, and it'll be like a 16 gigabyte RAM version and a little bit higher clock speed, and they'll probably charge like $200 more. Instead of $699, it'll be like $899 or something like that. And then the 3070, I could see them dropping that price a little bit lower, especially since the next gen consoles will be out. I could see them maybe lowering the price $50, and then, you know, 50 or $100 more than the 3070, introducing a 3070 Super with a little bit more VRAM too. So I could totally see that happening, especially since next year, I'm sure that at the end of this year, the next gen consoles are also going to be sold out for sure. If the Switch has anything to say, you know, just from everybody being at home and they want some cool games to play, and all the higher end, you know, PC parts, I'm sure are going to be sold out at the end of the year too. The consoles are going to be right next. Those are going to be sold out as well, because everybody that's been holding on to their PS4 since launch is probably going to want to upgrade to the PS5 if they're not ready to jump over to PC yet. So I think that between that happening, next year we'll probably put a little bit more of a fire under NVIDIA, and they'll drop some supercars with some beefed up specs, because it seems like they've given themselves a lot of room to do so. And honestly, we haven't even seen the 3060. We haven't seen if they're going to come out with a 3050. If they come out with a 3050 that has RTX for about $200, probably going to have somewhere in the realm of 2070 performance for $200. And that's not bad. So even if you're waiting on building a budget rig right now, I mean, you could try to scoop up, you know, an actual 2070 or 2070 Super for about $400. But if maybe in the next 6 months, when the lower end cars come out as well, if you can get that same performance for 200 or 240 or $50, I think that'll be a pretty good deal. And think about it, having a decent graphics card that can run, you know, competitive titles like Fortnite, Overwatch at 200 FPS at decent settings, not lowest settings, resolution drops and stuff like that, like you would with, you know, a 1050 Ti or a 1650 Ti even. I think NVIDIA is really going for like more value this time around. I'm 100% positive the next time we get new graphics cards, the price will probably go up again. I'm totally expecting that. And if it didn't, I would be even more shocked. But I think that for right now, for the next couple years, I think that NVIDIA is gonna, they're treating our wallets a little bit nicer, because they want to steal some of this market share from the consoles and indirectly AMD, because obviously AMD is developing the internals of the new consoles. So they're playing a good game. NVIDIA, they're just trying to make sure that they stay the kingpin of the high end. And not Ryzen, but what is it? Big Navi is supposed to be able to compete at some level. I doubt it'll be at the high end. It'll probably be somewhere in the mid-range. But if AMD can come up with, you know, a card that can compete with a 3070 and be a little bit cheaper, I think that's one angle to take. But above the 3070, I mean, is AMD really going to be able to compete with a 3080? I'm not sure. And if they are they going to be able to price it aggressive enough to pay for the development to keep it going? Because that's the thing. NVIDIA, I'm pretty sure at this point they have a ton of profit built into these cards, so they can pay for the development of the next generation well in advance. And obviously that's how business is supposed to work, but we won't get too far into that. But I just don't know if AMD is going to be able to do it. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Let me know if you guys are planning on picking up one of the new 30 series cards. Like I said, I'm getting the 3080, and hopefully the MSI one that I want is going to be in stock, because the rest of them I don't really like that much. But drop a comment if you do plan on picking up one of those new cards and which one you decide to get, because hopefully they'll have enough in stock for all of us, but maybe not. Who knows? Thank you guys once again for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video.